It's story time with Pofi.
One morning, a gentle breeze was blowing through the forest. Pofi was hopping joyfully across the soft green grass. That day, someone new had come to the forest. I wonder who it could be, Pofi wondered with excitement. Just ahead, by a tree, stood a quiet little hedgehog. Pofi smiled and walked over. My name is Pofi. Would you like to play with me? They asked kindly. But the new hedgehog didn't answer. They only lowered their head and gave a tiny smile. Pofi was a bit surprised, but they didn't give up hope. They reached into their little bag and pulled out their favorite toy, a bright orange dump truck. Look, this is my super duper truck, Pofi said with a big grin. The small hedgehog picked up the truck. They didn't say anything, but softly made a vroom vroom sound as they pushed it along, and smiled again. Pofi paused. They're not talking, they thought. But maybe they're having fun? Just then, the quiet hedgehog bent down. They drew a little heart in the dirt, and inside the heart, they carefully wrote the letter P. Pofi's eyes lit up. Hey, that's the letter P, just like me, they whispered happily. Something warm bloomed in Pofi's chest. Right in that moment, they understood. Maybe this friend didn't speak with words, but they were still saying something special. That evening, Pofi felt thoughtful. They went to their mother and rested their head on her lap. Mom, Pofi said softly, my new friend doesn't talk at all, but they play with me. They draw and they smile. Is that okay? Their mother stroked their head gently. Some children don't speak with words, sweetheart, she said. Some use their eyes. Some draw. And some just sit beside you. Pofi took a deep breath. So, we can still understand each other, they thought. The next day, Pofi brought out a big sheet of paper and poured out all their colorful crayons. Let's draw something fun together, they said with a smile. The quiet hedgehog paused, then picked up a crayon. They drew the sun, trees, and then two hedgehogs. One wearing a red shirt, the other without clothes, holding hands. Pofi stared at the drawing, their eyes filled with emotion. Look, that's us, they whispered, feeling warm inside. And without thinking, they reached out and hugged their friend. The little hedgehog froze at first, then slowly, gently, closed their eyes, and hugged back. They didn't say a word, but everything had already been said. Later that day, as the sun was setting, the two hedgehogs sat side by side beneath a tree. The sky had turned soft orange, birds were flying in the distance, and Pofi thought quietly to himself, sometimes, friendship doesn't need a single word.
I see you in the next story.